Yo, it's Vertiz in the No More Black Tears podcast.
We got C's in the building, and we got a special guest with us.
TTK in the house.
TTK, man. Hey, we celebrating a lot this week. It's a little bit of a different episode, a little of a switch up. Hey, shout out to Queen City, North Carolina. Hey, Mr. DJ Rose, go ahead rep it for us out there, man. Queen City, Charlotte, North Carolina.
And what we drinking on today, Carl?
Man, we sipping on that. What are we sipping on? You tell me, man.
Man, we got that Rittenhouse rye bottle, and we got that LeBron James, man.
100 proof over here, 100 proof.
100 proof, man. So it all started in a week, man. So this week in sports, LSU women's basketball team lost to 20th ranked Colorado team. What do you think about that, C's?
Man, it's good on one hand because you know when you the champs and you lose early in this season, like, okay, I can't mess around now for the rest of the season. It's like, all right, y'all done showed up and showed out, but hey, I can't let this happen again. I cannot let this happen again. You know, their coach was on the sideline. You know, I seen a little bit of highlights. You know, people were disappointed and all that, but it just goes to show you, man, you can't sleep on the underdog. That's just what it is, man.
Yeah, I'm going to be honest, man. Me and Rose kind of been talking about this a little bit in the offseason. Bro, them hoes were celebrating too hard, man. Angel Reese out here twerking and shit, going to every podcast she can. Them other hoes doing extra shit. Hey, shout out to Big Flo, though, man. She was doing her thing then all season. She was trying to get her money rapping. But, yeah, man, now you can't celebrate that hard and then not get ready for the grind. Like, this is a big upset because, one, you was the defending champs, and you added that white bitch, Haley, who was like one of the best, who was one of the best players in the nation last year. You technically got a super team right now. This technically like when UConn was winning them back-to-back titles. This is a super team right now. You're not supposed to be losing to Colorado when you still got teams like Tennessee you got to face and South Carolina in the SEC.
Yeah, South Carolina definitely going to do their thing again this year. LSU might have some competition. Shout out to Gino, though. You know, I remember that UConn era. That was one of my favorite eras of basketball, especially for women's. But TTK, what you got on this, man?
No, I agree. South Carolina, they're gonna be good this year. But well, hey, why you call these basketball players hoes, man? Like you don't got no respect for the women basketball?
I didn't got respect for them, but come on, bro. I've been seeing too many videos of these hoes twerking and doing all kind of crazy shit. Come on, man. I be on TikTok. I be seeing Angel Reese, Haley Van Leaf or whatever. Come on, man. These hoes be wild.
I disagree with the whole part, but I agree with the way they were celebrating. Like they'll celebrate like they won like the NBA championship or some shit. Like,
so they did win a national championship though, so it's like you got the NIL money, sponsorship deals, and all this other stuff.
I think that was the problem.
Then she gonna come out. Angel Reese gonna come out and say, "Oh, I don't want to go to WNBA because I get paid more." You cannot floss that kind of shit to regular people.
That's true though.
But you can't floss it though.
So let's just hope she keeps that same money when she goes into the NBA.
She ain't gonna get that. Well, with the NIL, she gonna keep the money, but
after that,
after that, she ain't the contract ain't gonna be shit. I ain't gonna lie.
Hey man, speaking of the NBA, man, what news do y'all want to talk about from this week from the NBA?
The record in the in-season tournament. Why am I seeing teams that should be like 6-2, shit like that? I'm seeing teams 4-4. Phoenix, LA, the Warriors might even be, off the record. I don't know.
The Warriors are like 6-2 right now.
But they're the only ones. But we got a team we talking about.
I think they 6-2.
LA, which should be,
Yeah, like 4-5.
Yeah, LA and Phoenix, they've been struggling.
That's what I'm saying. It's like, man, is this a shade to the regular season? Is this a preview, nigga? What are we getting?
Well, man, I mean, me and Rose talked about it. I talked about it with you too, C's. And me and TTK talked about it too. The whole purpose of this in-season tournament was for motherfuckers to play. I see niggas like Shea not playing some nights. I see niggas like Bradley Beal not playing. Devin Booker not playing. Dame missed the game the other night, and he on my fantasy team. Hey, nigga, you need to step your game up too, nigga. You out here getting 9 points in the game, bro. Come on, you better than that, Dame.
That nigga my fantasy team.
Like you fucking shit up.
But I'm saying teams like the Magic just beat the Bucks the other night.
Yeah, because teams like the Magic, like, bro, hey, fuck it, we got something to play for.
No, I'm trying to tell you, this is why you see the sorry teams playing hard, because those are people who don't really have a bag. So the people who got a bag, who got the money, they don't give a fuck about the in-tournament season.
They just want the NBA finals.
Yeah,
that's when
what
people
I'm saying.
start
That's all they
playing,
care
you know.
about. But people who know they ain't gonna never see 500,000 in their life.
I agree. But what about LeBron James, who's the oldest fucking player in the league? I don't think he's missed a game yet. Now, don't get it twisted.
He got a point to prove.
It's only like 8-10 games of the season. But LeBron out here trying to show these young bucks, man, we need to play.
Yeah, I mean, that's the truth, though. It's like you need to play the whole season. Play like you playing now. Play the whole season. Not load management, not, oh, let me show out so I can get this bag. And then it goes back to last week's conversation. We were talking about there should be some type of incentive for the players. Nah, man, fuck that. Fuck the tournament, man. Just play basketball, man. You know it's 80-something games, 82 games a season. Play like you're trying to win.
Incentivize these niggas, bro.
Yeah.
You got to give the team that wins an automatic playoff bid, like a top 4 seed. It got to be something where these motherfuckers, and not just these players, these organizations take it seriously. Well, organization comes to Devin Booker and say, hey, bro, we need you to play. But before we move on, man, like, y'all know the Clippers are 0-3 since they got James Harden, bro. What's up with that?
It's going to take the Kings to really get knocked out. Then it was like, there was rumors of Westbrook and Harden getting in a fight. And it's like, if you got problems this early in the season, I'm going to be like, hey, I'm the coach. I'm going to be like, one of y'all sitting on the sideline. But it's like I said last week, Harden needs to learn how to be the role player, not the star. Be a role player, man. Y'all trying to get somewhere? You share a stadium with the Lakers, bro. Y'all should, on paper, they should be better than the Lakers.
Like Rose said, they in the basement. But let's hear from my back-to-back fantasy NBA champion, TTK.
Do your thing, man. Let's see what that basketball mind thinks.
I think Harden should come off the bench, man. Just like he did in OKC.
Damn.
Who you talking about damn for?
Like, not Westbrook. Harden?
Yes, Harden.
Westbrook's already in the flow, though, so it's like he knows how to play.
Bruh, if you look at it, before Harden came, they were winning. Soon Harden started game. Even when he was on the bench watching the game, they would lose. They lost the game to the Lakers, man. And they had what? What the record against the Lakers? They had 14 game winning streak against the Lakers, something like that.
They had been dominant niggas in the regular season.
Soon Harden on the team, they lose the winning streak. Like, come on, man. Like,
hey, man,
Harden, all he good for is just going to strip clubs. Now, if it's like something with strippers and something like that, hey,
that should be the incentive. Like, hey, whoever does wins the tournament, man. We got free. Free.
Speaking about people
Lou Williams.
Speaking about people being on the bench, like, fuck the bench. This nigga is not even allowed in the stadium right now. Jim Harbaugh has been suspended for the rest of the regular season of college football for the sign stealing scandal that's been going on. C's, man, what's your thoughts of this whole situation, man?
As a head coach, you know what's going on. It's too many things going on nowadays where you can sit there and say, oh, I had no prior knowledge of that. It's just like, hey, Michigan should have just said, hey, we're going to suspend them ourselves. We're going to quiet this out. But they were like, nah, we're going to wait for the official decision from the conference. So the conference came with the punishment, not the NCAA. Because if the NCAA would have did it, like me and you talked about last week or a couple of days ago, they would have waited litigation till next year. So it would have been too little, too late. But it's already too little, too late. They got 2 more games. They won a game this week against Penn State. And I think they got – who else they got left?
Ohio State next.
And they might struggle with that game, but I think it's going to be a fair competition. It'll show you who really runs the pack.
I mean, he is allowed to coach them throughout the week. He just can't be on the sideline during the game. So he still has his hand on this team. He's just not there at game day. I feel like this suspension was unfair because they still investigating. They don't even have all the evidence.
Yeah.
So that's the first thing. Second of all, let's keep it 100, bro. All bullshit aside. They not as good as they've been the last couple years because they've been stealing signs. If you watch Michigan and you're a fan of the SEC college football, Michigan is one of the few teams in college football, they got them boys in them trenches. Like, I watched their game today and listen to what I'm about to tell y'all. I don't know if y'all saw the game. The last 30 fucking plays from Michigan offense was all run plays. They didn't throw the ball one time in the second half, and they
have receivers though. That's the sad part.
But I'm just telling you, they didn't have to. That's how much more talented they are than a lot of teams they're going to face in the Big Ten. The only team in the Big Ten that truly can look eye to eye with them talent-wise is Ohio State. All them other teams, and I love the job that James Franklin is doing. That's a black head coach. Y'all showing some. I love the job he's doing at Penn State. But no other team in that Big Ten can look eye to eye him in terms of talent.
Maybe Ohio.
But I think he's going to leave.
Ohio State.
Hey, man, Jim Harbaugh, leave college. You need to come back to the NFL because you're more of an NFL head coach anyway because the Atlanta Falcons need you.
Keep dreaming.
Yes, I said it. The Atlanta Falcons, nigga.
All right, so keep dreaming.
What you think, TK?
I already said it. They need more than him.
So you cool with the suspension?
I don't. No offense. I don't care about Jim Harbaugh, man. We already know Ohio State gonna win the division anyway.
Okay, sure. So, we'll see.
It's gonna be the 1 and the 2. Ohio State gonna take it all in all.
First off, Ohio State shouldn't be on 1, but that's another conversation right there.
That's a whole nother story.
We'll get to that. We'll get to that next weekend, man. So Thursday night football has came and went. The Carolina Panthers face the Chicago Bears. If everybody remember, they made that big trade in the offseason so the Panthers could get Bryce Young. Right now, the Bears own the Panthers pick, which is slated to be number 1. I think the Bears pick is still top 5 because they've been terrible this season. Justin Fields on the sideline, bro, looking like a Star Wars character, just like, man, get me the fuck up out of here, man. I need the force. This game was average, y'all, man. It was a decent football game, man, but fuck the game, man. I want to talk about the ramifications. The Bears, it was a win-win for them. They won the game, so it gave the Panthers another loss, which is they're probably getting the number 1 pick, which means they're going to have the rights to draft Caleb Williams. They got another decision to make. Do you keep Justin Fields or do you draft Caleb Williams? If you remember, when earlier this year, when the Bears had this option, I said straight up, they need to trade the number 1 pick because what you can get for the number 1 pick, I'm going to be 100 with you. They need to keep the number 1 pick this time and trade Justin Fields. And I'm saying that because I did not feel that Bryce Young was a better quarterback, and he has proven that he's not that good right now, even though he's a rookie, than Justin Fields is going to be. I'm telling you right now, Caleb Williams is the truth. Like, he's talented. He got the skill level. They need to draft him. They need to trade Justin Fields. And for Justin Fields, you can get some players for him. You can get some picks for him. Teams like the Falcons want him. Teams like the Washington Commanders, they could use a quarterback. Man, hey, you might be able to send him to Carolina. I'm not Carolina, but Arizona. Maybe a team like the Rams, who got to start thinking about their future. Maybe a team like the Bucks, who got Baker Mayfield sorry ass. You know, a team like the Raiders, who got to get off Jimmy G.
The Saints.
A team like the Saints. There's a lot of fucking teams in the league that could use a talented brother like Justin Fields, trade him, get some 2nd and 3rd round picks, draft Caleb Williams, try to draft Marvin Harrison Jr. too if you can, his college teammate, and go and build yourself a contender in Chicago. That defense is looking decent, by the way, in Chicago. Get some defensive players too from UGA and Alabama and get ready to compete in a year or 2.
Wait, so hold on, I'm trying to understand. So you want the Bears to draft Caleb Williams?
Yes, Caleb Williams.
As a number 1 pick.
When are we gonna start blaming the Bears, bro? No, there's no quarterback that's gonna fix the Bears, bro.
I agree.
Let's keep it 100. So if you take Caleb, you draft Caleb Williams, all you're gonna do is look the same way as Justin Fields looks right now.
If you trade Justin Fields and get draft picks and players, you can add to that team and make the team better. Yeah, that's my whole point.
No, I agree with that, but no, that's like the same way with the Panthers. How they drafted Bryce Young, and you see how that joke looking.
I just think the Bears.
I don't think Bryce Young really that bad. I just think it's the system, the team he
owns.
One
question: Justin Fields After next season, I think they got to pay him. Do you feel comfortable giving $150 million?
Justin Fields?
Yes.
On the Bears, no.
But that's my whole point. My whole point is, if you decide to keep him this year,
You got to pay.
you got to make a decision on if you're going to pay that man or not. So you better off just resetting the clock, drafting the rookie quarterback, because you know you get 4 to 5 years with the rookie quarterback, and his contract's going to be cheap. And while that contract's cheap, guess what? You can get more key players on the defensive side of the ball and the offensive side of the ball, like how what the 49ers been doing the last couple of years, and maybe you can compete. That's all I'm saying.
That's like wasting a pick, though, because they're going to be the same cycle. Then we're going to be talking about, like, why Caleb Williams not doing this? Why he ain't doing the same stuff he did with USC?
But if you build around and your quarterback ends up sucking,
Correct.
it's like you just trade him away.
So would you rather them trading them one pick then?
Who, the Bears?
Yeah.
I want them to trade Justin Fields, bro. That's what I want to do.
In my scenario, that's what they're going to do.
No, but I don't want to drive a quarterback.
I know what it is.
I don't want to drive a quarterback.
You don't want to see a black quarterback go there and just die.
Yeah, I'm tired of that shit.
Hold up, man.
I'm
Hold
tired
up,
of
hold
shit.
up. We didn't do that, man.
That's what it is. He don't want to see Justin Fields continue to die there, and he don't want to see.
Yes,
And let me tell you what should happen, bro. And I'm done after this. Jim Harbaugh come to the Atlanta Falcons.
No.
Call the Chicago Bears. Trade for Justin
No.
Fields and take us to the Super Bowl.
Nigga,
This ain't McDonald's. This ain't Burger King. You can't have it your way, bro. No, man.
That sounds good.
Sounds good in a fantasy world. That shit ain't gonna happen.
Hey, y'all. So y'all know we finna enter week 10 of the NFL season, man. Are there any games that you looking forward to this week, season?
Man, let me go ahead. Let me pass that to somebody else real quick, man.
Okay, so I'm gonna start it off.
You got to tell me the game, man.
So the first game I'm looking forward to is the Cleveland-Baltimore game.
Okay.
Both those teams are vying for that division lead. Lamar Jackson has been looking great. You know, he got that team winning. The Browns have been winning even when Deshaun Watson hasn't played and when he's played poor. Second game, of course, the Falcons-Cardinals game, because the Cardinals been looking like they're trying to tank so they can get number one pick 2. They try and get off of Kyle Murray, but Kyle Murray has been activated and he's supposed to play this week. So I want to see, can the Falcons bounce back after they let Joshua Dobbs tear them up now that Kyler Murray's back? And is Kyler Murray going to look good? Like, is he going to be able to win enough games for this team for them not to get number one pick? And then the last game that I got my eye on is the Lions and Chargers game. These are two teams that need this win. The Lions, because they're trying to get that number one seed in the East, in the NFC. And then you got the Chargers who, they got to start winning games to get in the playoff picture. And Justin Herbert, bro, I've been hearing for like the last 2 years. You're a top 5 quarterback. You tall, you look handsome, you got long hair that flows, you're on the West Coast, you got a strong arm. Hey, man, it's time you win, bro. Because I'm going to keep it real. Your numbers are probably better than Trevor Lawrence. But Trevor Lawrence winning and you not. So if you ask me who's better, hey, give me the white boy Trevor Lawrence.
They're both white.
That's what I'm saying. Give me the white boy Trevor Lawrence. Because the other white boy ain't winning.
So,
What?
man,
They
then
both look the same.
I got the
Fuck
Seahawks.
it. Give me the white nigga Trevor Lawrence. Trevor Lawrence played in the South. He played at Clemson. Give me the white nigga.
He is not a nigga, bro.
So give me the Seahawks Commanders. I want to see what's going to happen out of that one. Commanders, they did all right this season. I want to see the competition between the Seahawks and Commanders. Seattle, we got a secondary rivalry. Not as big as last week's with the Eagles and the Cowboys, but we got the Giants and the Cowboys. Scott, where you at?
Those games are normally decent.
Dak, where you at? And do the Giants even have anything to prove this season? They 2-7. Do they have anything to
Well,
prove?
you know, Daniel Jones out for the rest of the season. He tore his ACL, so,
They done.
you know.
So there's that. We got Packers, Steelers. Packers 5-3. Or no, Steelers 5-3.
And that's another rivalry traditionally that has good games.
It's probably a good game. Colts, Patriots. Who needs to win more? Who really needs to win?
Right. Can we take a moment for silence? Can we have a moment of silence for the Colts Patriots? In the 2000s, that used to be the game to watch every year. Tom Brady and Peyton Manning. And now those franchises are awful.
And we got a repeat of last week. This is an early game, so if you want to watch it, go ahead and wake up early, man. It's an overseas Frankfurt, Germany game.
Sleep in.
Sleeping. Then we got Ravens, Browns, 49ers, and Jaguars. Might actually end up being a good game.
Goddamn, C's, you only get 3 games, man. Give it to TTK.
I'm just going over the whole, but hey, TTK, what you got, man?
You already said one, the 49ers and Jaguars. I ain't gonna lie, Jacksonville looking real good this season, man.
Hey, this is litmus test right here. This is a litmus test.
Yeah, they win this game, man.
We got to start taking them serious.
Yeah.
Duval County.
So I'm gonna ask a quick question about the NFL season overall. How have Thursday night games been for you? You know, Amazon Prime
Awful.
started getting them really so.
Yeah,
Sunday night and Thursday night football has been awful this season.
Might cancel my Amazon Prime.
To be honest, the best games be coming on around 4:25 on Sunday.
4:25 on Sunday. What about the Monday night game?
They've been
Nah,
alright.
they been ass, bro.
Yeah. Man, speaking of what's been ass. Now y'all know Loki season 2 just dropped. The season finale was this Thursday. On the same fucking day, the Marvels dropped. And everybody said the Marvels was horrible, but Loki season 2 finale was fantastic. Marvel has did such a horrible job.
Hold up, but I got you. We forgot to do the honorable thing. You know, we switching topics. We dropping that dynamite right now. Boom, TNT.
Dynamite. But like I was saying, Marvel Universe has been so horrible in 2023 and 2022 that they're talking about basically blowing up everything they've done with the Kane Dynasty and basically bringing back the original and bringing Dr. Doom in. So, C's, man, what's your thoughts on tears, no tears to Marvel just saying, fuck it, man, we might have to start the fuck over?
Tears, because Marvel, you're really in your edge. Like, you don't have the edge anymore with movies. You're dropping too many every year too often. So with the Marvels, I haven't seen it yet. I'm probably gonna wait till it comes out on Disney Plus. Let's just be honest. I'm excited to see it because they got my girl.
Monica Rambeau.
They got my shorty, Monica Rambeau, and I forgot her real name, but I like Shorty. She's a good actress.
America Chavez?
Nah. The Monica Rambeau's.
Oh, okay, got you.
You know, she was in Chirac. She was in a bunch of. She was in.
I know you're talking about.
She was in the show.
She was in the Tyrone.
Regrets, or like not Regrets, but one of the shows on Stars. It was a
what?
basketball.
She also was
Shameless. It's not Shameless. It's like Remorse.
Oh, Remorse. Yeah,
Remorse. She was in Remorse.
Oh yeah. Wait, it was Survivor? No,
Survivor's Remorse or something like that. LeBron show. But, you know, they had her, plus America Chavez. I want to see, plus they had the scrolls in there for it. I saw a preview trailer. They had the scrolls. I'm a big fan of the scrolls, especially with the Nick Fury. But Marvel's really in that area. It's the same with Star Wars. People are getting sick of the commercialization of it. It's like you're getting too much too often. It's no excitement for it. It's just like boom, boom, boom. Moon Knight underrated to me. Moon Knight was under fucking rated. But then you got Winter Soldier is coming out in 2025, I think. Then you got Blade. Finally, you know, honorably, Blade is finally coming out. You know, we got a boy in there. But it's really like Marvel's really in an era where it can really make or break the universe. So they fucked up with Thor, the last Thor movie. Everybody's over the Avengers. Everybody's dead. Who are you gonna bring back? Guardians of the Galaxy was mid. That last one was mid. I do like seeing Rocket's backstory, but overall, it's just like, what are you gonna do? And then just to have the whole Jonathan Majors debacle is they should have waited and see, not say, oh, we're gonna bring Doom in. So if you bring in Doom, you have to bring Doom in the right way. Doom is what? He is mainly a Fantastic Four villain. So now you have to reintroduce the Fantastic Four.
Correctly.
Fantastic Four, you cannot fuck it up. So the ones from the early 2000s, Fantastic Four, we agree on this. The Fantastic Four, the early ones,
was dope.
They were dope for their era. Now watching it back, you either look at it two ways. They're whack as hell, or they were underrated and they fit the times they came out in. And I like the guy who played Victor Von Doom back then. He fucking killed that role to me.
Yeah, he did.
But you got it's a lot to unpack with Marvel, man. It's like Marvel just do it right. Low key, from all the reviews, you're doing the right thing. But it's like you gotta trust Jonathan Majors. I think he's the best thing for it. And you can kind of do a two-phase. You can have Kang the Conqueror And also, I've been hearing about if you bring in Fantastic Four, you also have the possibility of the next phase, bring in the Silver Surfer and Galactus. Because Galactus is one of the most,
Yeah, he's a world eater.
he's a titan in the Marvel universe. So do it right. Man, Vert, you got anything else on that, man?
Yeah, man. I got tears. I'm a fan of the MCU. I'm a fan of Jonathan Majors. I'm actually a fan of Kang the Conqueror. You and me talk about that series. I actually want to see them play the storyline out. And I'm a fan of Doctor Doom. I do not want to see them just bring him in rush. Finish this Kang the Conqueror series up. Then talk about the Doctor Doom. Because like you said, you're going to have to bring in Fantastic Four. That's a whole process. Plus, Jonathan Majors, he's fantastic as Kang the Conqueror. Especially for those who haven't seen the season finale, season 2, Loki. He's fucking amazing. TTK?
Yeah, I don't got no tears, man. I don't got nothing to say about Marvel, man.
Not too big into it, man. But yeah.
The last one I seen was the Avengers?
Yeah.
So,
yeah. You way behind, bro.
I'm behind.
But we talked about sign stealing earlier. So there was this story where this black man stole a car, got halfway down the road, realized there was a baby in the car, turned around, dropped the baby back off to the couple, but didn't just drop the baby back off. He scolded the couple on how bad of parents they were for leaving their baby in the car by itself. Then continued to steal the car and got caught eventually and arrested. TTK, what you think? Tears, no tears.
Wait, so he talked to the parents? He went back and
he dropped the baby off to the parents, said, y'all bad parents for leaving y'all child in this car, and then got back in the car and just drove off.
I mean, dang, bro. You gonna sound bad. I got respect that he came. He gave the baby back. So, but, I mean, did he get caught, though?
Yeah, he got caught.
Oh, so
there was a mug shot of him. The mug shot looked like he was from Detroit. Like, nigga, I ain't got no fucks. I ain't got no regrets.
And it was all on camera. Him bringing the baby back and everything was on camera.
I got tears for the baby, but no tears for him. Yeah, you in jail, but you probably get bailed out though. You probably it's gonna be some girl bailing you out soon, something like that. Just probably hear your story.
So pretty much, man. I mean, I ain't got no tears for the situation, but respect to. I guess there is honor among thieves. He probably didn't want to catch a kidnapping charge. That's probably what it was.
He's smart, man. So really, it really should be no tears for him because he educated.
But at the same time, it's like I'm gonna give the parents a little bit of leeway because it's like sometimes you're a busy parent. It's like how do you forget your baby in the car, but at the same time, it's like you be running, you be rushing.
I just thought about it. Really, the parents that got charged, bro.
They probably did. We just ain't hear about it. Man.
You know damn well you ain't supposed to leave a kid in the car.
And we talking about a baby in the little car seat.
Did the parents get charged?
That wasn't released, so we don't know. Probably
no.
Not.
We need to find that out. That's what we need to find out.
And bro. That's a great point.
We need to start going to the. Oh, were they white? Hold on, I'm trying to make sure.
Nah, they was black.
All them were black.
Yeah, I think they was all black.
Never mind.
hey, he was doing something for the community.
Yeah.
Let take care of your kids, watch your kids.
Yeah.
Shit, nigga. I ain't had no tears because you a dumbass. If it had been me, I'm gonna keep it real. I would have pulled over to the nearest Waffle House, put the baby on the counter, and I would have been like, hey man, call this gas station or wherever I got the car from, and I would have drove off in the car.
Hey, but you would have had a kidnapping charge added to you.
Hey man, let me tell you, they would have had to catch me first.
That'll be your last meal.
They would have had to catch me. Once I would have dropped the baby off, I would have got back in the car and drove the fuck off. But nigga, I'm not coming back to the scene of the crime.
He ain't even get in the car. He looked in the back seat. He was like, oh hell no, I seen a baby. He's like,
oh yeah, man, I would have did that then. I thought he drove off. Yeah, I would have just put a baby out.
Maybe he did drive off. I gotta watch.
Yeah, I'm gonna say because I thought he drove off. Because if he drove,
I think he drove back and he was pissed. He was like, man, how the fuck y'all?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, bro. I ain't got no tears for him because you a dumbass.
You got morals,
I'm not
man.
doing that.
So,
bro.
Hey,
you could put the baby in a safe place without going back to the scene of the crime.
But how they gonna identify the baby though?
That's still kidnapping.
It's kidnapping.
Fuck it. I'm already just stole the car, nigga. Fuck it. Cry 2 tears in a bucket. Take it to
I would
the
rather steal a
stage.
car than
Hey.
get kidnapping.
Yeah, that kidnapping charge.
Yeah.
Fuck that, man.
Hey, man. Speaking of different mix-ups and coming back to shit. So there was this video of this white lady. She went to Little Caesars. She apparently ordered her food online. I didn't know you could do that for Little Caesars because it's supposed to be hot and ready. But she ordered her pizza online.
Everybody can order
She-
online
she-
nowadays.
She scheduled it for 7:30, I think. She got there. She had a name under it. They said, hey, your pizza has already been picked up. She was like, what you talking about? Somebody came in here with your name and picked your pizza up. She was like, well, obviously I'm here. That wasn't me. And they was like, man, we can't help you. They was like, you can't give me a refund. You can't, make me a pizza. And they was like, I could talk to the manager. And the manager was like, yeah, I can't help you, bitch. Seize.
Man, basically, this is what happened. Somebody rolled up in Little Caesars like, oh, I'm going to just give me a hot and ready. Saw somebody else's order. The bitch at the counter was busy. She said, oh, is your pizza? Oh, I had a call-in order. Oh, the name was Johnson? Oh, here's your pizza. And he took the pizza and pimped off with it. He just walked off with it. So I could do that right now. I could roll up to Little Caesars and say, hey, I had an online order. Oh, you're busy, you're slammed, or you're just not paying attention because he was looking down at the screen. Hey, you could get, this is your order. Or you Johnson? Here you go. You just willingly gave. She didn't want to take the rap for it, say, oh, I had to do a refund, boom, boom, boom. She just gave away the pizzas, didn't want to admit the wrong, and somebody went off with it. Somebody got free food.
She wanted justice.
She should be fired, first of all.
Oh, you talking about the cashier?
The cashier should be fired. And Little Caesars, you know you were wrong. Do the right thing. No tears. Fire that hoe.
Yeah, I ain't got no tears, man. This reminds me of a story back in high school. I had a homeboy named Darius. We was at a McDonald's.
You gonna say his name, right?
Yeah, we was at a McDonald's, and literally he had like a number one supersized meal, large number one. And so like literally they said order 27 or whatever. Before he could even take a step, because they had just put the bag on the counter. Some nigga who had been in there just in the corner, he came in there like after us, he was just in the corner, never placed the order. As soon as they just put the bag on the counter and let it go, he just basically ran by my homeboy Darius, snatched the bag, went out the other side, and the people at McDonald's said, "Oh man, not again." Hey man, it's crazy.
Well, I know this is the one tobacco roll, huh?
Yeah, it's crazy. This fast food places, bro. Gotta be careful.
Sound like it, man. I don't know how to feel, man. Cause one, it's Little Caesar, man. First off, everybody already know Little Caesar's gonna be close to the hood, so you know it's gonna be a finesse going on in Little Caesar.
Wasn't they selling packs out the damn Little Caesar?
You know what I'm saying? It's every time you hear Little Caesar in the news, it's always something bad. So somebody gonna be fighting Little Caesar, somebody stealing, someone messing up your pizza. So I don't know what to say. I don't know. Oh,
Man, tears or no tears, man.
Man, he ain't got no tears.
yeah,
Look
I
at him.
don't-
Look
I
at
don't
him.
know tears, man.
But yeah,
I
I
ain't
guess.
gonna lie, man. I ain't cold hearted, man, but I just have logic, man.
Some stuff common sense.
Some-
Hey, I guess it was hot and ready, wasn't it?
So this next one may
Yeah,
not be.
it was hot and ready.
So this next one may not be common sense. For those who have watched wrestling over the years, there's been this post going around about Roman Reigns, the current WWE Universal Undisputed Champion. He's had the belt for over 1,000 days, breaking people like John Cena and other people's records, even one of Hulk Hogan's records, how long he's had the title. In the pick, it has wrestlers like Batista, John Cena, Randy Orton, CM Punk, JBL, Jeff Hardy, wrestlers from basically that golden era of 2000, I say 3-4, till Undertaker till about 2010, 2012 or whatever. And the question is, would he have kept the belt for 1,000 days had he wrestled back then?
Absolutely not. The wrestling fan base would not have gone for that at all. He was, when you think of WWE, what names do you think of nowadays? Today, you think of your Bianca Blairs,
Bianca Blair, Charlotte Flair, Roman Reigns, Seth Rollins.
Seth Rollins, and Seth Rollins, to me, he's the hot boy right now. He's the man right now. But looking at Roman Reigns, he's he probably should take a break, like have a major injury and just stay at home for a while or do a movie or something. Because it's like kind of getting exhausting. I don't even watch it on a regular basis.
Yeah, I'm just tired of hearing his name.
And I see Roman Reigns everywhere. But it's like, you name some of the greatest wrestlers of all time. You got CM Punk, your CM Punks, your Randy Orton's, my man, Randy Orton. You got your greats. You got your
Rey Mysterio, who's still wrestling, by the way.
Rey Mysterios. You got those
I ain't
greats.
gonna lie, he need to give it up, man.
It's like even back then, you couldn't hold the belt for more than a couple of weeks. Something had to happen. Dramatics. Even if it was theatrics, you had to get your arm
Unless you were Super Cena.
Super Cena. But even then, like
Stop that bullshit.
when he lost it,
You
though,
gotta stop that bullshit.
when he lost it though, wasn't it a while?
I'm just saying, man, Cena used to
Man,
be able to
stop
fall from
it,
the top
man.
of a
Stop
building.
Remember that
and
arm
take
break
out
though?
by a
I'm
60
tired of seeing
with
all
a
that.
truck
I'm tired of seeing
and still kick out.
Hey,
You can't
you know
see me.
why? You know why? You couldn't see him.
Bro, I see him.
You didn't see him fall from
I see him
the
clearly,
18 story building.
He was top just like anybody else.
He did though. Remember that arm break? He was out for a while.
Exactly. So we can see you.
But yeah, it's like he wouldn't have had it, man. It was just we're in an era where you also got competitive leagues like AEW is.
I ain't gonna lie. Yeah, they taking over.
They doing it. It's sad that they're on TNT. They need to be on another
I
channel.
don't watch it. I just know.
But I see enough clips to keep up with.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't watch it no more.
Who's
I
up
just,
with
I
it,
just
but-
hear it.
ATDK, as someone that we watched wrestling growing up together, what's your thoughts?
You already know my thoughts, bro. I've been stopped watching.
Want to hear
I've
this,
been
man.
stopped watching that
The
shit
people want to hear it.
because that shit just look too fake now, bro. I can't watch it no more, bro.
You got Logan
Nah, I ain't
Paul.
gonna lie. They have a show like when they bring the Rock back, the Stone Cold, Undertaker. I'll gladly watch it. But cut the crap, bro.
So you think Roman would keep the belt for a
Hell, man, I agree with C's. Hell no, bro. Well, come on, bro.
As a resident wrestling fan,
He's a watered down The Rock, bro.
I'm gonna say this. I got tears for the disrespect I'm hearing.
Man, stop it, man.
Because y'all need to acknowledge.
Hold up. Wait. Don't take this for disrespect to the Tribal King. I know who the Tribal King is.
Chief.
I'm just saying, Tribal Chief, King, whatever you want to call him. We're tired of it. Saturated, nigga.
Yeah, I'm
Stop.
tired, man.
Just stop
it. They be making him win off little shit now, bro.
Hey man, Roman Reigns the truth. He the tribal
He
chief.
the truth, man. But
I don't care what era he was in. If he be in, you put him in any era, he beat that.
no,
nigga
he's
too.
not. No, he's not, bro.
Hey,
Stop
that
it.
nigga was Superman punch Hulk Hogan and spit that nigga. Fuck that cracker.
Keyword, what you just said, bro? Superman punch.
And then spear that nigga.
So he
But
would have got Randy Orton like that.
He would.
No, he wouldn't. Man.
He would have Superman punched Randy
No, he
Orton,
wouldn't, bro.
then speared him.
He would have got The Rock like that.
He would have Superman punched that nigga, then speared
His
him.
own cousin,
Yes, his own
the man
cousin.
who put him on.
He would have fucked that nigga up too.
They would have did a story. It would have been just like the Brotherhood. They would have flipped the story, and them niggas would have been facing on.
Man, Roman Reigns the tribal chief.
He ain't being Shawn Michaels.
I-
You already
and
know about
let's say,
Shawn.
as the only one at this table who saw Roman Reigns perform live,
Hold
I
up.
seen-
Wait. Go ahead, finish.
who saw Roman Reigns perform live, that nigga's bigger than what y'all think he is.
We say he was
Let me stop
big.
you. Let me put a flag in the play right there. Damn, you made me forget what I gonna say. Hold up. But basically, you said he would beat his cousin. He would Superman punch his own cousin
Then spin him.
and win the belt.
He's not beating
Yeah.
The Rock, bro.
You tripping.
He beat Brock Lesnar,
Bugging.
who beat The Rock. What you talking about?
It was
I
the
just-
story,
like I just said,
but it's
bro,
the story.
Like I just said, that shit fake.
That
They made
era.
that shit happen just so Brock could got done with. He's still wrestling.
We
Brock
talking
still
about
wrestling? Yes.
Prime Rock. Prime
Come on,
Rock.
man.
At the height of his career, wrestling career.
The Rock wasn't that big, y'all.
John Cena, Randy
The what?
Orton,
He was not.
Rey
The
Mysterio.
Rock was not, bruh. You thinking of The Rock acting? He's big now, but when he was
I ain't
wrestling,
talking about acting.
I'm talking about physically. He was not.
But
that
we
big.
talking about for the theatrics, the storyline, and everything. You think
The Rock.
The Rock
lost,
is
bruh. The Rock lost a lot back in the day, bruh. Stone Cold used to beat that nigga ass.
You don't care about that.
because it's for three. Yeah, it was a great story. How is Roman Reigns
Kurt Angle used to
undisputed?
beat that nigga ass too.
Yeah, Kurt Angle would have beat Roman Reigns' ass too.
And Brock Lesnar F5 that nigga and made that nigga retire.
Batista
But I forget about that.
Batista would have whooped his ass too.
But also, he was off the perch too. So
So my-
yeah, he ain't feel nothing.
And we might need some more illegal substances in the wrestling league. That might bring
Hey,
some
man,
back.
so I was just saying how I saw Roman Reigns live. This next person, you saw them live though. See,
I wish I saw her live.
Oh, I thought you went to their concert.
Erykah Badu.
Oh, my bad. So, Lauryn Hill is in the news because basically she's known for coming to all her concerts late and sometimes not showing up at all. She recently came to one concert, and before it started, she said, I keep hearing about how she shows up late. Y'all need to be thankful that I come at all. And the fans started cheering. TTK, man. Tears, no tears.
I ain't no fan.
So tears, no tears.
He rubbing his eyes now. I guess he got tears.
Just for whatever.
But just the situation for
Until
the fans.
The way you made it sounded like a quote. They start cheering when she said, "Y'all should be thankful I came."
Yeah, they started cheering.
But man,
to a lot of these fans, it is like a cult, though, man. Man, this man ain't got no tears.
Lauryn Hill finessing these fans, man.
That's what she doing, man.
She finessing. She just coming. You know how a nigga who just got to go to work to get a paycheck? That's all she doing. just coming, just probably singing one song.
Shit, sometimes she ain't coming at all.
Probably got the only singing. She probably have the song in the background singing and just doing this in the back.
So here's the question: is are the fans getting the money back? Is one of the questions.
No, they ain't getting money back. They getting robbed.
That's why fans be complaining, bro.
Because a lot of people they miss shows and they refund the money. I got tears for the fact that Lauryn Hill's been able to tour the world. Nah, she is for that shit. But on one hand, like somebody who should have 4 or 5 Grammys and albums out, this woman is still touring off of one album that speaks to her legacy and the volume and impact she's had on the culture. Just R&B and hip hop.
How many albums she got for real though?
She got one. The Miseducation of
That's
Lauryn Hill.
crazy.
I mean, talking about, but don't forget her other work projects too.
But I'm saying, besides the Fugees.
Okay then.
But I'm saying,
so she got one album and she doing all this.
She got one solo album.
Oh, honestly, she got the best. She's probably the best rapper in the Fugees. No disrespect to Wyclef, but she's the best rapper.
Wyclef, he ain't rapping.
But I mean, as a standpoint, like she's been able to do it for 20-something years plus, 20 years plus, tour the world, not only America, the world. So when she does show, she puts on a show.
That's a fire album, though, man.
She brought out Wayne and she brought out Nas what was it, Atlanta?
Man.
Or was it somewhere else? But she brought them out. Great concert. When she's good, she's a great artist. But speaking to her, Lauryn Hill, just get your shit together. Show up to the concerts. Do what you're supposed to do.
Yeah, man, I got tears, man, just because. Man, these artists need to have more respect for their fans, bro. Because as talented as you are, and I've said this before when we talk about celebrities, as talented as you are, I don't care how great you can rap, how great you can sing, people have to want to buy your records. People have to want to go to a concert, spend their hard-earned money on the ticket, and buy concessions and all that. People have to want to do that. Like, I don't care how talented you are, people have to want to do these things. Like, me and MGH was talking recently about Drake just broke the record for number ones and all this other stuff. And we was like, man, that's dope. But when Michael Jackson was doing it, he was doing it on hard copies. People was actually going to the record store.
Different era, though, man.
And actually, I'm just saying, though, it's a difference when you're paying $13.99 for someone's album versus you can go on Spotify, Apple Music, and just stream it. Like, those numbers are different, bro, because when we download these artists' music today, it takes you nothing but time. And Lauryn Hill was part of an era where people had to go to the record store and buy her music. Yes, she got that one solo project, but that one solo project is considered a top 10 rap album of all time. That's how good that project is.
I mean,
as well as
though.
No, on most lists, it's in the top 10. As well as
most lists,
on most lists. When you look at most lists, that
she's got hits. She's got hits on there.
That album is considered a top 10 rap album project. As well as the Fugees, that was a popular group back in the day. She was in that group. She did her thing. Like, she's a great artist, but you gotta respect your fans more, man. Like, my last thing on this is you got 2 choices, Lauryn Hill. Show up to the concerts on time, perform, and give people what they paid for. Or
Don't do
Just
it.
don't do it because I'm gonna keep it real. Someone as an Eminem fan, a lot of people wonder why Eminem doesn't tour a lot. He just doesn't want to. He doesn't want to have to get in the headspace of having to go to a concert, perform for all these people. That's why he don't tour like that. That's why when he does tour, it's a special thing. So it's just like, hey man, if you ain't got energy to do it, just don't do it.
And I've been to concerts where these people are artists. I'm gonna just name some of the concerts I've been to. When J. Cole and Wale dropped his first album, I went to that concert.
Speaking of, y'all both have been to rap concerts before.
Yeah. I've been to Logic.
How was that?
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. Saving your money for a concert is a good thing, but what Lauryn Hill do, it feel like she finessing
The fans,
yeah,
not
finessing
giving
the
them what they're
fans.
paying for.
Cause of course you go there for the experience, but you come here late. People they probably got no driving 4 hours to go to your concert. Probably got to drive back to go to work.
Don't forget people who got kids pay for babysitters.
Probably babysitting and stuff. And you like, yeah, my bad. Yeah, I should be thankful I'm here. What?
Which I understand.
Man, no,
I understand
man.
on that tip, but at the same time, I've been to some great shows. I've been to a Giggs concert. I've been to a Wale, J. Cole concert. We're talking when True Illuminati was out. So that era, Wale's first album. I went to a Drake show. I went to a Kendrick Lamar show in Germany. I went to a who else have I been to? Kareem Bailey Ray, Just Stone. I've been to a Erykah Badu Mos Def concert, and this I'm talking about Drake put on a show. Great performer. Erykah Badu, Mos Def, one of the dopest shows, and a Kendrick Lamar show in Germany. Probably one of the highlights of my time in Europe. Just dope. You ever seen people do a mosh pit at a rap concert? Yeah. I've seen it myself, man.
But what time they came to the concert?
On time. and then the dude who opened up for him had a set where everybody's like, who the fuck is this? And he started playing his songs. I was like, oh shit, I know this.
That's what I'm saying. That's the whole point of a concert. Like you'll find the other artists underneath that artist or whoever that artist
associated, and they
and you'll get a new fan. Like, oh damn, who is this?
And I'm sure whoever opened up for Lauryn Hill was like, well, shit, I'm gonna just do my thing. And when fans just wait, you just sitting there waiting. It's good to have a pause between artists, but at the same time, you don't want to be sitting there waiting.
They give you like an intermission
your whole night. Yeah, if the concert gates open up at 7, the show starts at 8.
Yeah.
The main show don't start till 10. She ain't gonna finish till damn midnight.
Yeah.
So it's just show up, do your thing.
Like we already gonna wait. We already gonna be waiting for you until like 9 o'clock. But you got to take it longer until like 11, and then you want to probably doing like a couple songs and like the concert over at 12. Like, come on.
Yeah, so
I already spent my money for this.
Yeah. Hey man, speaking of spending your money, man, I got a question, man. What's wrong with these hoes?
What's wrong with them, man? So hey, this is your first time on the show. This is one of the biggest sections. Tell us, man, what's wrong with these hoes? Bert, what you got, man?
Man, so Sexy Red, she's pregnant. She's in the news again. So she has 2 things. One, she was at a concert. She's pregnant. She's half naked, basically wearing a thong. She's basically wearing a little thong, twerking on stage. Got a little cutout of her stomach. You can clearly see that she's pregnant. Like her belly's showing. She's on stage twerking, doing a split and everything. Then being carried off stage. So I guess she works so hard twerking and doing splits on stage. Her team is carrying her off stage where one of the security guards touched her butt and she was coming off stage to the point where her security team and the security team of the arena got in a fight. And this big ass nigga from the security team of the arena started knocking out people from her team. And they took her and ran off. They didn't want no parts of that big ass nigga. Scenes, man. TTK. What's wrong with that hoe?
Man, TTK, man, go ahead, do the honorary thing, man. Take the first thoughts on this, man. What is wrong with these hoes, man?
Wait, so first she was on stage with her thong on.
Pregnant, man.
Pregnant.
Or it just might have been shorts with an ass out.
Yep, could have been just, maybe booty shorts.
Just trying to make that money, man. Man, I ain't not no Sexy Red fan, first off, so I don't really care about her like that. Like she we already know what she represents. Like she already had that brand that that ratchetness and stuff. So I guess I ain't surprised that her concert probably have ratchetness in it. Now I want to know who won the fight with the security guard and who the dude carrying her off stage.
So the security, not her team lost.
Her team lost. Good.
They ran off.
Good.
So somebody big from the security at the concert was fighting, wailing on her security team.
Yeah. Because her security team, she pointed saying someone touched my ass, and then they tried to go for one security guard, and it was like a skinny nigga. And that's when a big security guard came and said, "You ain't gonna talk
So
you
basically
like that," and he started knocking them niggas out.
So basically, she ain't pay that much money for her security then.
Oh no, her security probably was just some regular niggas she knew from the hood.
Somebody from Detroit.
They didn't even look all that big, bro. It was just some regular ass niggas.
He should be the hoe then.
Hey, we've done it.
Yeah.
Men can be hoes too, as we always
He should
say.
be the hoe. Cause that's like a man trying to defend a woman, and you like, hey, like a woman telling you like, hey, he touched my butt. All right, I'm gonna go beat his ass, and you get your ass knocked out. Now you gonna look crazy.
You tried.
Like as a man, of course you gonna have pride and stuff up, but at the same time you like, damn, bro. Let me look at like Dragon Ball Z. Let me look at his power level.
Power level.
Let me scan.
Over 9,000.
Oh shit! This. Oh, it's like Afro Samurai. Who is this big motherfucker?
You like, hey, let him touch it. Hey, you gotta let that shit slide today.
But I mean, just the brand of Sexy Red though is just like what she represents.
You know what I'm saying? You know, goddamn, he probably like, well, I know what she owns. Let me goddamn sneak one.
It's a classic story, man. She's
like, they're gonna try you out here, man.
She's on her classic level, like classic hood story. She done made it big. Then what do? What do ghetto girls do when they get some money? Go ahead and get pregnant. Whose baby is that? That's all I want to know. Whose baby is that?
Probably some broke ass nigga.
Black and mild smelling, all in the air, weed smoke, Hennessy sipping, Casamigos.
It doesn't matter whoever baby is. We all know they about to. They about to come up. We all know that. They about to come up, man.
But yeah, like just when you're pregnant, ain't you supposed to be off your feet?
Matter of fact, he probably came in that job. He probably came in a situation and like, well, I already know what I'm about to do. You all know how some dudes think they like,
I'm about to shoot the club up.
They're like, bro, this is my only chance to get out.
Oh, he shot the club up, all right. We see. But yeah, man, like she just speaks to a whole demographic. You know her demographic, man.
Yo, like I said, we already know what she stand for. I don't really have no respect. No offense, I don't got no respect for Sexy Red anyway, because I just don't represent. I don't feel like as a female rapper, I like the female rappers nowadays, but what she represent is like, come on, man.
We ain't feeling that. When we got females like Rhapsody. What's the name?
No Name.
Lola Brooke, Tierra Whack,
Tierra Whack.
People like that.
We don't even talk about her. She's very lyrical, bro, but nobody say nothing about her. But
yeah, man, for me personally, man, that hoe represents, like you said to your case, she represents all the ratchet hoes. Like, okay, you announced you was pregnant, you dropped that whack ass sex tape where you that pussy was brown. You said the pussy was pink. I saw the sex tape. That shit was brown. Bitch, you had some explaining to do.
I ain't seen nothing, man.
Where I saw it, the pussy was brown. I ain't gonna say who else saw it, but hey,
I don't want to see.
One of my partners said they saw it too, and they said that pussy was dark brown.
It wasn't me.
so maybe your pussy is your booty hole. But anyway, you got to learn how to wipe better, hoe.
They the same color, seeing white. But yeah, man, it just speaks to like the era we're at with female rappers and just rap overall. It's like, who are the top females? Lotto, Sexy Red, and this is ratchet, very ratchet.
Meg still in the top?
Meg still, she
just dropped a music video and it was hot apparently.
Because Meg.
Hey man. Speaking of rap though, man, this last topic. So for those who know D1, he been going on different podcasts and stations, and he called out Rick Ross and Meek Mill and Jim Jones for promoting gang violence, drugs, and stuff and that kind of stuff in their music, saying, hey, Meek Mill, I thought you were supposed to be the face of prison reform, and you out here talking about killing a nigga. You know, Rick Ross.
Basically putting a hit on somebody.
Yeah, Rick Ross, man. You out here supposed to be better in the community, but you talking about still selling drugs and stuff. Man, y'all destroying the community. And then Rick Ross responded and basically said, man, I feed the community. I do this and do that. Meek Mill said, man, y'all forgot how I became famous and rich. I became famous and rich by rapping about this. So why I'm going to change. And then Jim Jones basically said, man, nigga, you should have talked to me privately and we could have had a conversation. But then D1 responded, hey, man, y'all make this music public, so why should I pull you to the side? I'm responding to you in the same manner that you put the music out. You put the music out publicly that's destroying our community, so I'm going to talk to you publicly about it, man. We all love rap. We all love hip-hop. I'm not even going to lie. We all listen to Jim Jones, Meek Mill, and Rick Ross. So, you know, we're not even going to be hypocritical. What's y'all thoughts on this conversation between D1 and them? Because this is just bigger than them, to be honest. This goes back to the Sexyy Red conversation. It's what rap represents today in 2023 versus what it's supposed to represent. See?
So you know how I always do. I'm going to set some framework. We're going to get everybody's thoughts, and I'm going to get into some questions to really see where your mindset's at. So D1's a rapper. You know, he came out during the 106 Park era.
Yeah,
so,
he came out like, what, 2010?
2010. He been around, you know, rapping from New Orleans, usually on a positive tip. I haven't really seen him do any songs negatively, so he's always been on a more so, you know, pro-black community type thing. His second album, really good fucking project. He probably should be bigger than what he is, man. But he real spitter, you know, real lyrical. It's like on one hand, I understand where he's coming from, but on the same hand, I kind of agree with Jim Jones. Hey, bro, you could have had with me this conversation with me sideways. It's just like Hollywood. You might have somebody that does violent movies, but they got a foundation that they do. Just your rap it's a whole side of rap is that it's just for show. Everything's not. It's a character you're playing. It's not. Everything's not meant to be played literally. Just like we talk about NWA. We know the history of Dr. Dre. Dr. Dre was in an R&B band in the 80s. Eazy-E was probably like a businessman or something. He had that, you know, business acumen. And Ice Cube,
he was actually in the streets though.
He was in the streets, but there was a whole side of him where he had that real business acumen.
He was a hustler, man.
He was a hustler. Yeah. So it's like that. Just like some of the best hustlers are some of the best businessmen.
Like Jay-Z.
Like Jay-Z. So, you know, come from the streets, but you turn a new leaf, which we talked about that a couple weeks ago.
But don't try to clean it up, though. Nigga was actually in the streets.
I'm saying, though, you got the street side, but you also got we forget people are actually people. No matter what you do, people are still people at the end of the day. So it's like with Jim, I understand him saying like, hey, bro, you should have talked to me sideways. We could have had this conversation like, hey, maybe I do need to be more conscious of what I'm putting out in the streets. So it's like I see that side of, hey, man, talk to me outside of this, then I can tell you, hey, boom, boom, boom. Which I also understand D1 side is you say this shit publicly, you make all this money, but at the same time, it's like, you know, what are you really doing? So I'm more leaning more towards the side of rap is just rap. It's a character you portray, and we know not to take it literally. And it's a lot of rappers, the stuff that actually is positive, nobody pays attention to, like Chance the Rapper and a lot of more positive rappers people don't pay attention to. They just want to hear some, which I feel like that's where the scales have been really twisted, is like you have too much kill, drill, shoot, party, club, I'm drunk, I'm this, I'm high, versus having a balance. Scales were more balanced 10, 20 years ago, even 30 years ago. The scales, you have more variety. Now it's just one thing's getting played and pushed by the record labels. So, I mean, that's my thoughts on it, man. DCK, man.
Yeah, for me personally, man, I'm be honest, man. D1 said it best, man. You do this shit publicly, I'm going to respond publicly, man. You put the music out publicly, I'm critiquing it publicly. I'm not going to pull you to the side and whisper in your ear, because we see that happen a lot. And a lot of times, I'm going to be honest, when that happens, it goes through one and out of the other. Yeah. Now that these rappers have been challenged publicly, they have to answer publicly on it. Like, either you care or you don't care. Now, I'm just going to be real. Yes, I like Jeezy. Yes, I like T.I. Yes, I like Boosie. But let me keep it 100. when they rap in their songs, and I've explained this to like people like MGH, and you talk about NWA, Ice Cube even stated, all I did was tell stories about what was going on in the hood. I wasn't promoting the shit. A lot of the stuff, trap music, if you really listen to a lot of these songs, Jesus was just telling you a normal day in his life. Boosie was telling you what he was going through. T.I. was telling you what he was going through. But if you listen to the albums, T.I. also had songs like Live in the Sky where he talked about homeboys getting killed and people he loved and cared about getting killed and stuff like that and people getting locked up. Jeezy talked about being behind bars. Boosie talked about being behind bars. Like these people, Gucci Mane, they talked about, hey, I had to kill niggas out of self-defense. I had to do time behind prison. I didn't get to see my mom on my birthday. I miss my son's football game because I was locked up on some bullshit. But they wasn't necessarily promoting the shit. They was just telling you, this is my life and this is what I seen around me. When I listen to a lot of the shit today, a lot of these niggas make it seem like if you sell a whole bunch of drugs, there's no downside to it. Yes, you can have bad bitches. Yes, you can make a lot of money. But if you get caught, and let's keep it real, if you do anything long enough, you're going to get caught. You're going to go to prison for a minute. Like these motherfuckers make it seem like, yeah, I got 10 bodies. They make it seem like you ain't never going to get caught if you just keep staying in the game and just keep killing niggas.
And we got those modern day examples. We got Pop Smoke. We got King Von.
Eventually, one or two things will happen. Somebody going to catch you, the ops, and you going to be in a box, or you going to be in prison serving 25 to life because you didn't kill people, man. And they don't talk about that in the music nowadays. So I feel D1 because you cannot say, I want to better the black community. I want to improve it, but then I say all this stuff. And to switch to basketball, Charles Barkley had a famous commercial saying, I'm not a role model. And Michael Jordan had a famous saying, you know, hey, I don't make shoes for basically, you know, black kids. I make them for basically suburban white kids, you know, because those people can afford my shoes. And then Shaq came out and had an older black lady tell him, man, you should be ashamed of yourself. My grandson can't afford your shoes. And it's famous that he basically made his shoes cheaper because he realized black kids look up to me. They admire me. They want to buy my shoes. Why are my shoes so expensive that they can't get it? At the end of the day, you might not have asked to be a role model. You might not have asked for people to look at you, but they do look at you. And in our community, a lot of these black boys and black girls look to these female rappers and male rappers almost in a godlike status. You have a responsibility to educate them in your music. You can tell your story. You can be Cardi B and say, yes, I used to strip. Yes, I used to sell pussy because I had to. But tell the downside of that. Tell the nights where I went to the strip club, I paid $100 to be on stage because these strippers got to pay money to get on stage. I paid $100 to get on stage and I only made $80 tonight. Tell the stories where you had to fuck a nigga who was 55 years old, like it set it off.
Jada,
hey, Nate, I'm in a bind, Nate. I'm in a bind, Nate. Maybe another time. Tell the story you had to fuck that 55-year-old man for $800 to pay your rent. Tell them stories too, and tell how after you fuck that nigga, you sat in the shower and you basically had the hot water in and you was crying, even though you made $800. Tell that side of the story too. Because a lot of people don't know this. If you listen to Eve music from the early 2000s, she got a couple songs saying that she used to strip. And in those songs, she talks about how she hated it. If you at least educate these young women about the downfalls of stripping, hoeing, and shit, if you educate these young black dudes about the downfalls of being a thug, like Jesus don't really even talk about trapping no more. Jesus talks about owning property now and investments and family and stuff because he understands that, yes, I used to have to trap, but he recently did an interview talking about how there's a mindset that he had to be in to be the type of trapper he had to be. But TTK, take over real quick.
Yeah. I agree with D1 on some points, but also like for example with the Meek Mill thing, Meek Mill actually do have like songs that he he talk about like positive stuff. Like when he first came out of jail, he had a song with Miguel. I can't remember what the song was called though. It was some song. He was talking about jail. I think he mentioned the jail life or something like that, or black kids in jail, something like that. I can't remember. But also he had like oodles and noodles, and he was talking about how growing up being poor and stuff like that. But yeah, you'll hit on some facts. And with the Eves thing, she also had songs about abuse as well, and the same thing. But I feel like with the Jim Jones, like what Jim Jones said, he could have hit him, in the DMs or call him or text him and ask him about that.
But let me ask you a question: do you think Jim Jones would have responded?
Yeah, I think so. I think Jim Jones would have. I think Rick Ross. I don't think Rick Ross would respond. Like that's what I'm saying. Like with certain people, you do have to respond. Respond publicly. Like I feel like that's why Rick Ross said something, because it put that pressure on him to respond. Because we already know how Rick Ross is like, and that's why I agree with him with the Rich Ross, because when we were growing up, we looked at Rich Ross like he wasn't really about that life. Like everybody was saying like, oh, he was like a CEO and he wasn't really living that life like that.
But to be fair, when Rick Ross became popular, we was all in high school, so we was old enough to have the distinction of fantasy versus reality. But if you 8 years old listening to Rick Ross, or 12 years old, you listen to him talking about selling drugs and coke and all this stuff, and you might have really thought that he was doing that shit.
Well, he had the line, "I know the real Noriega." He didn't know the Noriega.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah,
he probably know Nori, but he didn't know Noriega.
Even the real Freeway, I think he called him out about that.
Yeah, he did.
Like, so Rich Ross, he's just been, portraying an image, this whole time, in the rap. But like Meek Mill, he actually been living through that. He actually been going through exactly everything he rap about. So I like, if that's the only way I give you a pass, like for example, like with Chicago rappers and people like drill rappers.
But time out.
They actually went through that.
What you said about Meek Mill is straight. Yes. But that's why I made it very clear about Jeezy used to rap about this stuff. At some point in time, once you become a millionaire,
but I was saying Meek Mill,
he's not still doing that shit.
Meek Mill had his time. Like sometimes he'll rap about that, sometimes he won't. And sometimes if you actually listen to some songs, he'll actually rap about positive stuff.
But I'm saying, but when he talking about, I'm gonna pull the chopper out, we going out like Kobe.
Because we already know. Like that's what I'm saying. Like it's like you gotta blend in with this generation. This generation nowadays, they don't listen to lyrics. They don't listen to lyricists. They just like to hear like drill music and killing and drugs and everything. Like
so in D1's case, the responsibility is on the artist, because you can't just make music.
But also in his case, no offense, it's
yeah, we just had a bomb drop, man. It's another TNT, man.
But in D1 case, if he felt that much away, then he needed to step up and step up to the plate and deliver that music.
But he's been doing it.
That's what I say. He's been doing it, but he trying to get a feature for them or something.
But let's not make it seem like the only way to make hits is rapping about that stuff. Because Lupe was very popular. He didn't rap that kind of stuff. Kanye West, he's in an argument for a top 10 rapper all time.
The difference between
Cole,
the difference between them is that
they doesn't rap about that. B.O.B. wasn't rapping about that kind of stuff. Like there was a lot of popular rappers that was not rapping. Even Jay-Z, his last couple albums, he wasn't rapping about selling dope. Nas, when you listen to these King Disease problems, on one of the projects, Nas, if you really listen to King Disease, he's really rapping about trying to be a father, trying to basically, I'm in my 40s or 50s now, trying to basically manage life. Like he's talking about life as an adult now. Like he's not rapping like he's still in New York. Well, Nas from the Bronx or whatever. Like he's not rapping.
Hey, don't disrespect me like that, man. Don't disrespect.
I'm saying he's not rapping like I'm still on Queens holding it down.
Nah.
He's rapping from a different perspective. That's my whole point.
Yeah, like he's made it. He's rapping from the perspective he's made it.
But at the same time, some of the songs he still representing the Queens.
Yeah, he rapping Queens, but it's just not in the same light.
I'm out here holding that pack. He's just like, hey man, I grabbed a burger, and he might name a spot, and I'm not from New York, but I know C's been in New York. He might name a spot. Let's call it Sal's. Yeah, man, I'm walking on Queens. stop at Styles, grab that #1 special burger or whatever. He might say some shit like that where he's still representing the street, but he not basically saying, I'm out here still doing the same shit I did when I was 22 years
So
old.
here's a great point is I seen a clip. I forgot who it was, but basically they were talking about rap is the only genre where it seems like it's a young person's game. We don't let is because hip hop is so young. It's only what 40-something years old.
I think it's 50 now.
50. So hip hop is 50 now. So we've got 50 years where rock and roll is 70. All these other genres are old. You know what I'm saying? Pop music is in its own category. Pop music is pop. Whatever's popular at the time.
It's pop.
But you know, rock and roll has a more of a history, which we'll get into the history of rock and roll, how it actually comes from a lot of black artists in another episode. But basically what I'm saying, the point of it was they never said you don't let artists get older. They don't let artists actually get older. So it's like, you know what I'm saying? We don't give that room for growth. Like
I heard that conversation about basically someone said when a rapper turns 40 or 50, they need to stop. But we don't have that conversation when it comes to rock, R&B,
country music.
Like they can just continue making music forever. Yeah, that's a good point, man. Like I actually would love to see rappers like Eminem. Like a lot of people don't like Eminem's recent music. But the thing is, when he made his earlier music, you gotta understand.
Where's the growth?
He was on pills, he was on drugs, and now he's a grown-ass man who's sober. So yes, if you like the early Eminem, you might not like this newer Eminem because he's not in that same state. He doesn't have that same anger in his heart. Same thing for Jay-Z. Jay-Z early albums like Reasonable Doubt, which is a classic. He's not gonna rap about the same shit like he did on 444. You know, I actually like T.I.'s a prime example. Man, hey, T.I. early albums when he was rapping like 24s, man. I'm serious. But then when you heard Dime Trap, where he's rapping about basically being married, how he fucked up in his marriage, how he's trying to raise his sons and daughters, how he's trying to be a good man and stuff like that. Like he's telling you like, hey, bro, I'm in a different point in my life. And that's the kind of stuff that these rappers need to eventually graduate to. Tell your stories when you're younger, but when you get out the hood, like even Boosie, bro, like on that song on Rocket Man, like he ain't saying no crazy shit. He's showing respect to Takeoff, because Takeoff passed away, but he's also talking about some of the stuff going in the world. Like, hey man, if you got a son and he's 16, get him some pussy now because the world's crazy. Like they want your son to be gay.
I got arguments against that song.
I'm just saying, like
respect still though.
I'm just saying he's making music where he's basically trying to tell people like, hey man, like I'm not still in the hood, man, still trapping the shit. Like I'm still that nigga, but I'm not in the hood just doing wild shit like I was before because I'm not gonna be doing another murder case.
This ain't trying to be locked up. That's why.
But I mean, it's like you don't really give growth to you. We've never been at this point, so we have to actually encourage it and allow it. Like if somebody's 50 years old, like honestly, let's just name. I could name rappers, y'all, and be like, yeah, I could say a Raekwon, Ghostface Killah, Method Man, LL Cool J, Busta Rhymes.
You just named some rappers. Let me keep it real though, and this is the problem I have with rap when I talk to some people. People make it seem like rap has always been like this. No, you have people like LL Cool J. LL Cool J wasn't rapping about that crazy shit. KRS-One. KRS-One was educating people. Rakim's in my top 10. A lot of people don't have Rakim as a top 10 rapper of all time. He's in my top 10. Rakim is from New York.
Easily.
He's from New York.
Top 5 rapper.
And he's not rapping that gangster shit like that. So let's not make it seem like everybody who raps had to rap like this, because I just brought up other people like Lupe and them. Hell, we did a versus battle in Atlanta. Who did I have, C's? I had Ludacris. Ludacris don't have lyrics where he's talking about selling drugs and robbing people.
He might have had 1 or 2 lines, but
like Ludacris making music. Like that's the problem with a lot of this stuff is let's make music, let's make art, because people's gonna consume it, and people when they hear this shit, they really feel this shit. That's why one of my favorite songs by Eminem is called Stand, because in the song, he basically implies we as artists don't understand how important our lyrics are to people, because he was making songs where he was saying, I cut my wrist. Then he gets a letter from a fan named Stan saying, yeah, I cut my wrist just like you. And he's like, well, damn, bro, I'm just kidding.
It's a lot.
What you think, TTK?
About what?
Just the whole
By this whole conversation, man.
like,
All this and the reality of it.
is it room to grow? Are we not giving the artist enough time to grow? Is rap a young man's game?
It feel like a young man game. It feel like it. Like you, cause the young rappers don't really respect the old rappers. That's why. Like they don't respect.
And that's a good point, bro. A lot of rappers in the 90s, 2000s,
Yeah.
they show mad love. Like
the good only you can tell who respect them, because only the good rappers they will pay homage to, like the Rakim, Ghostface Killers, and Most Def and all them.
And I'm glad you said Ghostface. That's another crew too, man. Wu-Tang did have some gangster lyrics, but they had a lot of imaginative lyrics too.
It's just like the album. What was the album with Iron Man?
Oh, I thought you were gonna say the album Wu Into the Chamber. I thought you were gonna talk about that album.
No, I was gonna say Iron Man, the one with it was Ghostface Project, but it was pretty much a joint album because Raekwon was on the album so much it felt like a joint project. Basically, he told the stories like it was a song similar to Dear Mama, but it was Ghostface was basically playing the key. He was at the piano playing the keys, and he was telling the story about how he grew up.
Yeah,
and it was him and Raekwon, and it's like you had more variety. Like you had the mafioso, the whole trap rap, like rapping about. But even like you've always had those artists that told street stories, like Cool J Rap, easily one of the most lyrical artists. If you go back and listen to his music in the 80s, this man was talking about street stories, like robbing people, selling drugs, but he also told both sides. He'd be like one of those Rick Rosses where you have sell the whole story, but he's also telling about the dark sides. And he did it lyrically. Cool G Rap is one of the most underrated rappers of all time.
That's
so it's
the whole
like
point about like the 80s, 90s is they told stories. Like nowadays they just rapping.
rapping.
Like they just saying just whatever's rhyme. Like back then, like you could actually listen to it and you like, oh yeah, I can relate to this because it's a story. Like you could picture it in your head and you like, oh, I've been through this. Like like the one my favorite song by Ghostface is with the Mary J. Blige all.
Yeah.
Hey, you talking about Method Man? All I Need?
No, it with Mary J. with Ghostface.
I think I know what song you're talking about, but Ghostface got a lot of them. Like
he got a lot. But he was talking about how he was sleeping, like how he had roaches in cereal.
Oh, talking about the cereal song. Yeah, the cereal song.
It's like, man.
So I got a question for y'all. Do you feel like
before you ask that question, let me ask this question to TTK. We did this on our first episode of the pod. We got nominated. We celebrated quickly. Give me your top 10 rappers of all time, man. Give me your top 10 favorites. Because we didn't do top 10 all time. Your top 10 favorites.
Favorite?
Yeah, favorite. Top 10 artists you love to listen to.
I'm gonna hate me.
Hey, speak.
You got me in order or
just
give
random
us 10.
order?
Just give us 10.
I'm gonna count them on my fingers.
We got Wayne, Jay-Z, Biggie, Tupac, Ludacris. If you say favorite, man.
Yeah, your favorite.
Y'all don't judge me, man.
Nigga, your favorite.
I'm a big
man. Just spit.
I'm a big Sean fan.
Okay.
Man. Y'all might call him corny, but hey, fuck that, man. He really speaking. J. Cole.
You got like 3 more left.
I might start getting my drill side now, man.
All time, man. All time.
Oh, all time.
50 years. Favorite. 10. All time. Most lyrical. Best songs. Best album.
Yeah, M in it.
Okay. Got 2 more.
Chief Keef's in mine because he changed the game, man. With the drill.
Okay.
I respect it.
And how many I got left?
You got 1 left.
Oh, dang, bro. That one, they're gonna be fighting. Let me see. I feel like I'm missing somebody. I feel like
you are, man. You're missing a lot.
I'm just gonna say you got Rakim, Ice Cube,
you got Nas,
Dre, Snoop, Nas,
Kendrick Lamar,
Jeezy, T.I.
Dang.
Lupe,
Out of the three,
You got Method Man. You got Method
Three
Man.
Stacks, Method Man.
Big Boy. You got Mos Def. You can keep going all day, bro.
Oh yeah, Kanye.
Okay.
Kanye.
Okay.
Yeah, Kanye.
Okay. What was your question, C's?
I respect the list, man. It's a couple people I thought you gonna go back, listen to this episode, you be like, oh man, I forgot. How could I forget about one of my favorite
Who
rappers?
you think I forgot?
It's no Nas on there. It's no Method Man.
Memphis like.
Method's up there. You got Ghostface. You got Raekwon. You got Lupe.
That's what I'm saying. Like, if you say 10, if you say 20, they definitely be in my 20.
It's like 10.
Lupe is like underrated.
That's why we said 10.
That's where you got 10. It's like you got to knock somebody off to put somebody on.
That's what I'm saying. But every day.
Did you say Jay-Z?
Yeah, of course I say Jay-Z.
Jay-Z.
He's my top 5, matter of fact.
You got Wayne on there, so I mean, I respect it.
So what's the final question you got for us, C's?
So my question is it where do we draw the line between fantasy and reality with rap? Is it just like,
so for me, man,
is it like how much of it
is for me is it goes back to what I said earlier. Are you promoting it or are you just telling a story? So even with Plies, everyone knows that he's not talking about his life. He's talking about his brother's life.
Yeah, he got a nurse.
But same thing with Ice Cube. Ice Cube is really telling Eazy-E's story and people he grew up around. But he's telling a story. But he's not promoting the shit. Like when you hear a rapper nowadays, like the drill rap saying, yeah, man, you know, a nigga, I come in the house, a nigga fucking my baby mama, I'm gonna grab the gun and shoot him. When you say shit like that, you kind of promoting violence.
Yeah, the drill rapper, man.
Versus like, yeah, man, my homeboy, like when J. Cole made that song For Your Eyes Only, that album For Your Eyes Only, and you say a song like, yeah, my homeboy doing 25 life because he walked home one day after work and got home and his wife was fucking his nigga, he killed him. You not promoting that.
Yeah.
You clearly telling a story, man. And to me, that's the difference, bro. Like, I always go back to Biggie's one of my favorite artists. He's in my top 5 because I listened to the growth of the first album, Notorious, and the second album, Life After Death.
Notorious.
I mean, the very first album, Ready to Die.
Ready to Die?
Yeah, I listened to the first album, Ready to Die, and Life After Death, and I listened to how he's basically talking about the street life stuff, but then you go to Life After Death, and he's talking about how he's trying to get away from it, and then you get to the climax.
Yeah, and the fame.
The climax of that song, like if you listen to that album, the climax on that album is Sky's the Limit.
Yeah, Sky's the Limit is like,
and
that's like that gotta be like the top 5 or at least top 3.
Close your eyes and listen to Sky's the Limit. You can clearly see he's talking about his life as a kid and how basically, yes, I used to be selling drugs. Yes, I used to sell stuff after school. But then he graduates to the point where he says, yeah, man, I'm gonna have this kind of money because my daughter ain't gonna have, so my daughter can go to college. Like he's talking about what he wants his life to be and what he's praying for. That's different. Because he didn't have to add that other stuff in the song where he's talking about, yeah, man, I want my daughter to go to college, man. But, you know, nah, bro, that's some dope ass shit. Because in the same song, he literally talking about how he used to walk by fiends who basically used to stick themselves with needles. It's like injections, like their selection was injections or some shit like that. That was a line. But that's a dope ass line. And then 2 minutes later, he's talking about, man, my daughter ain't gonna have to beg a little nigga for shit. She can go to college. You basically talking about how you want stuff to be. To me, that's the line right there, C's, is, hey, I'm not going to promote this shit. I'm going to tell you what's going on in the hood, but I'm not telling you it's good. It's just like when we say about single mothers. Yes, I was raised by a single mother, but I would tell any woman that's breathing, that is not the best way to raise kids, especially if you have boys. If you have to be a single mother, cool. But ideally, you do not want to be a single mother.
TK,
that's real.
Like, where do you draw the line? Is it fantasy? Should you take it for what it is, or should you actually live and embrace these lyrics? Like, is it you listen to the drill music all day, and you go work a 9 to 5? Is it gonna affect your mind? Is it gonna?
It really draw a line when you actually start acting out the song. Like when he's like, man, like G Herbo say, you know, he killed nigga over some Air Force Ones. I'm gonna do the same thing. Like when you get to that point, when you get that mindset, that's when you're like, okay, man, you going too far. Like you gotta understand, like they talking about their life. You gotta understand that what they talking about is they not promoting that. And usually when they do interviews, they'll tell you that like, no, I'm just telling you what I've been through, what I've gone through, like what my environment is. But once you get to a point like, yeah, I want to live the same environment, like, oh, you gotta cut that out, man. And that's the problem with nowadays. Because now you got everybody, they want to live that life because they feel like that's the only way they could. Like now, in this era, it feel like social media or like clout chasing is the drug.
That's how you get Ja Morant.
Good point.
But
I ain't gonna slander Ja Morant. You know, he from South Carolina, so I ain't gonna say anything about him. But you might be on the cover of GTA 5 GTA 6 that coming out.
6 coming out a couple months.
Yeah, I saw that shit too.
He might be in that bitch.
Hey, the DLC gonna be Ja Morant. Be rocking. But yeah,
you living out young boy lyrics and stuff like that. Like, come on, man.
And it's go ahead, man. Go ahead.
But you gotta understand. You gotta understand what's that it's their life, and that's they just telling their stories. Now, some of the people, like you got some of the fake ass rappers, of course, we might say like 6ix9ine or something like that. That's when they the one who killing it for most of the people. But I don't got a problem with people who actually just telling their story, wherever they came from. Cause everybody, you got some people who live the same life and they just want to hear how they made it through that time in their life. But yeah,
It sees, man. What you think, bro?
And for me, man, it's just like I look at music like Hollywood. It's just like, so we talk about country music. Me and Vertizi talk about a lot of country music, man. You got different sets. I used to listen to Sirius XM radio back when it was XM. They used to have Outlaw Country. These were the stories where it was like, hey, I had to shoot a man after I was coming out the bar. I had to shoot a man. I killed him dead. We talking about real, actual, there's probably.
But the funny part is
Johnny Cash said I killed him at a Ringo.
The crazy part is like country music actually talk about
real stuff.
You actually listen to country music, they talk about real shit, but they say it so smooth.
What's the difference between country music and rap?
That's the crazy part about
music,
it. But nobody ever say nothing about
ain't no difference.
Music is music at the end of the day, and it's like these are stories.
They talking they be saying some crazy stuff. They be talking about how they be fucking
10 bitches,
8 girls and
10 bitches in the same day.
But I never heard no country music get no charge.
They probably did back in the day. The sheriff in the town came around. The sheriff in the
town. They probably
came around.
Keep making that music you making, son.
Keep on making it. But yeah, man, it's. See, I top it up to somewhat is Hollywood and fake, and you got to draw the lines. Stop letting the music and TVs raise your kids. Be in your kids' life and let them know what's real, what's fake. It's just like it came to a point like this is gonna be a discussion for another day, but it's like we look at American culture and it draws down to rap. It's like we got things specific to our culture, rap culture, hip hop, Black culture, and we also have the overall American society. Why are our most popular movies gangster movies? You got your Scarface, you got your Godfathers, you got very violent movies that tell stories like rising to the top. Those recurring themes like throughout all tragedies. I took a theater class. Tragedies, there's a climax, there's a hero in the story, there's a villain, antagonist, there's this and that. Why are we looking up to Scarface? You got rappers going back to the 90s and the 80s, they rapping Scarface lyrics. Be like, yeah, I came in like Gambino and da-da-da-da-da.
Yeah.
I came in like Tony Montana. It follows that. But it's like, you got to draw the lines between real life and what's actually just lyrics, what's stories, what's real. And we need to take the balance back. We need to have real lyrics. It's like we got to an era like 2016, 2017, you had the what was the Juice, Lil Pill, Juice, all the depressed
Lil Pump and Juice WRLD,
XXXTentacion.
You also had, because when we were growing up, 2010, 2012, you had the swag era and stuff like that.
You have these different eras, but it was a whole period where
so getting to I think it always an era. Now it's
just everybody
mumble rap, I guess.
Mumble rap. Even with mumble rap, it was like you had some rappers that were rapping like, I do drugs because I'm depressed. You know, my mama didn't raise me.
Yeah, and now that's why you see so many people doing drugs.
So it's like that. It's like
young people doing a lot of drugs, you know.
So I mean, you got to draw those lines, man. It's really like, and I'm on the opposite tip of Biggie. Sky's the Limit is a great song. Love it. It's just like the song 112. I love it. What was it? Dun 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 dun. Sky, the song 112. I forget the name of the song. I love
the other song. What talking about 112 and Biggie or
112 and Biggie? I love that
it's
song. And I love the.
It's called Tonight or something.
Tonight, and I love the song Sky's the Limit. But I'm more of a fan of like the street Biggie, 10 Crack Commanders. When I hear that, one of the best beats.
1, 2, 3, 4,
5, 6, 7. He's telling the story. He's like, man, niggas really trying to kill me. You know, I had to grab the gun. You know, I like that.
Like he breaking it down for our people who so crack.
Hey man, I made it, but this is what I got to worry about. Somebody trying to stick me for my paper. Yeah. Damn, why they trying to stick me for the paper?
So, any closing thoughts, Steve?
Closing thoughts, man. It's like you got reality, you got TV, you got media, and you got real life. There's a lot of rappers that rap their real life, and you got a lot that don't. They had to coming from the perspectives of this is what I grew up on, or this is what people that were around me went through. You just have to be a conscious person of we need more consciousness throughout rap overall. We need the bounce to be tipped more. We need that R&B. Everybody need love in their life. Everybody needs some feel-good music. We need to have music is vibrational. So it's just like you watch a TV show. It's like, damn, I see this character going through that. That shit make me want to go get some money. And then you see something else like, damn, man, that's real love right there. I don't really fuck with drama. You might be the type of person, I don't really mess with drama TV shows like that, man. But I feel that, man. You know, they killed that man's mom. You watch a CSI or some cop show, and you be like, damn, that's some real stuff. Or you watch a show like Power, like, hey, man, I want to get some money. But you got to understand.
Snowfall,
all these shows. But you see both sides, and it's like, man.
You got to be disciplined.
You got to draw the lines. This is real life. This is fake life.
ATK, any closing thoughts?
I mean, just like what he's saying, like, for example, like, look at all the albums that dropped this Friday. Like one R&B album that dropped, the Chris Brown.
Yeah.
You got the new Young Boy. Who else dropped? I think Lola Brooks. She dropped.
Lola Brooks. I like Shorty, man. She got a little bit of variety. She ain't just rapping about my pee so good.
Yeah.
You know, she got a song with Bryson Tiller. You know, it's a little. It ain't like that first song she dropped.
Yeah.
But you know, it's a hit. I can see her sticking around for a couple years.
You see that she trying, you know.
She trying,
to make a name, unlike some certain people, you know.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like you got we need more variety. Stop looking at radio and what's on Spotify. Go do some exploring, dig deep, find some music you might not regularly listen to. You might actually enjoy it, man.
Yeah, man. It was great having 50K on the pod, man. That's my brother right there. So yeah, it was great that you come over here. I know you're an introvert, so it was dope that you actually spoke to what you did today, man. For those who listen, man, this last topic, man. Hey, at the end of the day, if you're a parent, monitor what your kids listen to, monitor what they watch. I'll never forget watching Friday and my mom telling me and my brothers, hey, even though Smokey was smoking, she said, hey, don't y'all do that shit.
Bro, I ain't gonna lie. The parents are the problem now, because now the parents, they the one who promote that stuff for the kids.
And it's like you gotta grow up, man.
So you gotta be active in your kid's life. Hey, Rose's not here. So I'm gonna say it forward.
But yeah, man, hey, say your classic line, Verteezy, man.
Hey, Rose's not here, but in the words of Eric B. and Rakim, peace.
And I'm back quiet.